Late, but we got there. All messages are on. Lovely stuff. Right, need to make a drink. Whew. Just wait for the family to arrive. I always wonder how everyone actually figures out that I'm streaming, and like if it's from like the home page, or if they're going onto the subscription feed, or if they're literally just having it like having to go into the live like vertical live stream feed, whatever. I guess some people get notifications and come in that way. I did mean to post about these when I first started doing them, but I was so lazy, and I've just kind of got used to not posting to say a time or anything, because it's just a bit of pressure if I start putting a time on myself of when I actually have to go live. I guess I could give a ballpark at least. Lovely. Needed that. We've got some people in. Who's in? Say hello. I'm guessing we've got some YouTube family in. Hey, Sparker's in. No. I did say in some comments from yesterday's one, actually. I think EK was asking, like we were talking about something, and I said that I'd be in a bit late today. It's it's one of those things. I was just busy tottering around in the van, just getting a few bits and pieces done before the weekend. I meant to do Henry's little, like, I call it a radiator, I suppose, but realistically it's just a bit of copper pipe that goes off from the current hot water system, or heating system, whatever you call it, and just goes around his bedroom. So it comes up through the bottom of the floor, goes under his mattress, goes around the back wall and the side wall, comes back around and just goes out the same place it was. So it's just a big loop really of copper pipe, but it should be enough just to add a little bit of warmth to his room, just for like the real cold winter, and to help with any of that condensation issue, because we were definitely getting a bit of that. And I've just fixed his fan so it wasn't vibrating. He has a fan on the wall that he wasn't using because it was going on the wall, which is really annoying. It's actually on right now. I've had the stove on, warmed everything up, ready for once I have my shower. So it's so warm in here now. It's way too warm. But yeah, I was just doing that because I was going to do it yesterday, but Lucas turned up, and I'm not kidding you. Come and look at this. Come and see what Lucas gave me. He turned up yesterday, and my wood store is absolutely full. And it's so full I couldn't fit everything in. Even behind these, I've got some more down here. I had to put some in this cupboard, and like some got left on the top because there was no space. But I've burnt that lot now, and it's all sort of off now because it got so warm in here. It's not exactly that cold tonight, and I've got it just scorchio in here. But yeah, it's so it was a bit of like one of those things. At the end of the week, needed to wash them, put more cloths through the washing machine and hang them out, clean myself a bit, and then I wanted to get all that done before I even did that. So yeah, just a bit of a manic Friday evening, but it's all done and it's time to chill and relax and do some games. We've got Shirley in. Hi Shirley. Yes, just the one message. We've got Sparker turned up first of the family to do so. We've got plenty of people in though, which means potentially we've got new people in. So if you're new, say hi, tell me where you're from. It'd be lovely to know where you all are. I'm going to crack out some Bandido, I think, and just get started on a little game of Bandido. Wait for some more family members to turn up, and then we might decide we could do some more Boggle, because that seemed to be quite good yesterday. Or we could do some more Connect 4, a bit of classic Connect 4. Ziad, it says hi. I hope I've said that right. Hi back. I'm good, Mike. How are you? Great to have you in. I'm just about to play a game. For those of you who are wondering what on earth is going on, I'm a van lifer in the UK, and I like to stream every day and just chat to my YouTube family. and play games. Sometimes we play together. The Connect 4 and the Boggle is quite good for playing along together. This one's just a game just for me, so got Bandido. I feel like if somebody actually picked up this game, I could probably get somebody in the stream joining in. The problem is it's not exactly a face-up game. Like, you're not supposed to show each other the cards, and so I'd have to be very careful not to look at the screen if I was showing you. But yeah. Glad to hear you good, Mike. And we've got Rash, or is it Rash or Rashmi? I'm not sure. We've got a hello auntie, and I imagine I'm an uncle, not an auntie, but well, in fact, I am an uncle. I've got many nieces and nephews. Well, not many actually. Right, let's gear this up. Let's get you in the right position so that you can see what is going on. That's not going to work there anymore. I'm going to put that like that. There we go. Get that as high as we can. Aim it down at the table a bit. Hee hee. There you go. That works. I'm getting better and better all the time with angling these things. Oh, do you know what I should do though, so I can see the chat? I should get my other device set up so that I can see what you're all saying. If you're new, that's another thing I like to do here. I like to actually see your chat and I like to interact with you, have a little natter back and forth. And that's a bit pointless if I can't see the chat. So bear with me while I just set this up quickly. And you just tell it to give me all chat as well. Otherwise it'll only show me top messages, which is a bit annoying. Ooh. Yep, that's it. That's all live and up to date. Lovely jobs. I would put that there, but that's going to be right in the way. So we'll just put it over here. It'll be fine. Okie dokie. So I get 3 cards. 2, 3. And we'll put the stack there. Bandido in the middle. So we've got Bandido, our little escape artist here. He's got 6 tunnels. You see them coming out of either end, and 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. My objective is to... It's a bit of a weird one, because I'm essentially helping him build his tunnels, but I'm trying to block him up at the same time. So it's a bit of a weird situation with this, I will be honest. Why not camping, says Nicholas. Well, I'm in a camper van, so it's kind of camping, but I'm not tent camping today. No, I do have a video that I'm in the middle of. Well, I say middle. I'm nearly finished editing it. I'm hoping to finish the edit tomorrow during the day and get that up on the channel tomorrow. And that's a full-on proper camping adventure. Bit of a crazy one, actually, to be honest. It was a proper classic throwback to times when me and Noah were doing it in our younger years. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. Oh, do you know, I'm not going to go for the close just yet. I'm going to see if we can't develop this a bit better with some of the other. Yeah. I'm going to go there. We'll close that one. Okay, let's move this all along a bit because we're obviously aiming over there more. So, hopefully, yeah, you can see the lighting's good. That's excellent. Oh, I've took a card. I don't need a card yet. Wait. I'm going to close that one off. I'm going to build that one out. Really hoping for a closer here. No. No such luck. That's all right though. It's not terrible. What do I want to do with this? I think I'm going to go with that one. not going to fit that together that well. I'm going to put that one there, see what comes out. I'm going to put that one there. That gets them used up. Well, I could use that closer. Yeah, I'm going to use that one there with the intention of using this closer here. So it keeps me with just 3, but they're close together. Oh, I've got this one over here. I forgot about this one. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that. Hope for a corner one at some point. That goes there. It's going to go there. Oh. Put that there. Can you see the stuff all the way up here? Oh, it's kind of off the screen a bit now. Let me just, well, do you know, I'll just adjust the camera a little bit. I think just a little move there will do. Let's see the chat. Do you know, Static 65 Days, we'll call you Static, says, hey, do you ever have background music, and what is the soundtrack of your family life? You know, I have been considering this, doing some background music on this, because I do have access to a library of music that that I have the licenses for, that I can actually essentially play. So I'm thinking that I could set something like that up. So I think I should. Everyone else, if I've got any family members, you know, I've scrolled back on the chat, so I can't see what everyone said yet. But if any family members are in, let me know what you think. Should I try to set up some music? I could probably get a playlist of, I don't know, a dozen songs or something that I could just use. And as long as if they get flagged at all, I can just make sure I've got the license like numbers and tell YouTube it's okay, and then they'll be all right with it. Did not know you had a van. Have not seen you since Stealth in a Roundabout, says Nicholas. Oh, so you've seen my yeah, that is my longest live stream ever, the Roundabout Stealth camp. And that was a pretty nice camp, actually. It wasn't like I didn't even use a tent in the end. I just pulled my bivvy bag that I was showing off from the walk across England. I just pulled that up over myself and slept in the chair, because it was so mild, it was ridiculous, and it was quite comfy just in the chair. Hey, Kit's in. Hi, Kit. We've got someone called Skull Crusher. What's one life advice you would give your younger self? Oh, that's all. Do you know what? That's always a classic question. That I often wonder that. What would you do if you could go back? When in life would you go back, and what would you tell your younger self? It's a bit of a like a what do you do sort of thing. You go too far back, you could mess up all sorts of things. So, for instance, if I went too far back, I wouldn't have my boys and stuff. So then you could stay recent. And it depends on what you know as well. Like, because here's the thing, because you could go back a long way and tell yourself, buy some Bitcoin, right? But you've just changed your entire life from that point out. Like, let's say you went back to 2008 or something and went, go buy some Bitcoin, or just mine a load, get yourself like a few thousand Bitcoin, you'll be solid. That would be solid advice if you feel like you just want to have a full reset on your life, but that would full reset your life. I don't know that I could do that. Yeah, it's a tough one. I often just end up thinking it's probably safer just not to mess with it. Right, I'm going to close this one up actually, and we're going to leave just these ones over here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment. What about you? If you could go back and change anything, what would it be? Oh, this is not ideal. I'm going to have a little risky play here and go like that. Oh, do you know what? That's the first time a risk like that's paid off. Look what just came out. That's brilliant, that is. I don't think it's ever worked out that perfect, ever. That's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna go here. So this is all closed off, so it's literally just up here. I'm hoping for a corner one on this, and I've got this single opener right now. It could get a bit chaotic with the single, but because if we don't get the right pieces, we're gonna have to open it up. Do you know what we'll do? We'll turn that corner into a single. I don't know that that's a great idea, but needs must and all that. So now we have this. You guys see what we're up to? Yeah, I'm going to grow this one over this side so we stay on the camera. Oh, it's getting a bit tricky. So what we've got here, Skull Crusher was saying, I'm in my 20s, what is something I need to look out for? That's why I asked the question. Oh, I see, okay. What to look out for? Life is about balance, I'd say. And the biggest balance is speed. Right? How fast you do things. So you don't want to rush into things and make massive life decisions on like nothing at all, just like on a whim or whatever like that. But you don't want to take your time so much that you miss out on the opportunities. So you know, balance your speed. Take enough time to think about what you're doing, but don't overthink everything. Just have a crack. Try something. If it doesn't work, especially with jobs and things like that at your age, you can try a few jobs. It will not destroy your life if you bounce from one job to another a few times. Like you know, you don't want to have it on your resume that you tried like 10 different jobs in 1 year. That looks terrible. But you know, you could do a year or two at one, a year or two at another. You can try and see and if you want to, and you're young enough, if you decide none of this is right for you, you could go back, retrain something else, try a new career. You have so many opportunities. It doesn't seem like you have, but honestly, the further down the road you get, down past big decisions, like if you get married, you have kids, you buy a house, you have like loans on cars, everything you do like that just like entrenches you in the route that you've already chosen. Before you've made all those big choices, you have so much option. So just try your options. Don't rush around like into one thing, but also don't spend 20 years trying to figure it out as well. You know, get to it. I've mentioned Bitcoin once and it's suddenly in there. Buying Bitcoin would definitely be on top of my list too. Yeah, that's not. How Chloe's in? Hi Chloe, how you doing? Hey, I made another video last night, camping with just £10. Bought some tarp and slept in the woods. That's a cracking idea for a video, Chloe. I've often thought about doing something like that, like maybe like a Poundland challenge where I have a budget, like you say, like 10 quid or something, and just go to Poundland and be like, I have to get all of my food, my drink, my fuel, anything at all that I want to have is in there. So basically just turn up with the clothes on my back and like a X amount of money. And so I'd have to like maybe like buy a lighter to be able to like make some fire, and maybe buy like something that I could use for a fire pit, or just something that I could dig a hole with, so I could use like a trench pit for a fire. Buy some food, like some cheap whatever I can get hold of, maybe like some noodles in a pot or something like that. It'd be quite a good idea. You know, a little snacky treat thing, and then like, you know, some sort of cheap drink that you can get hold of. And then if you can get it, like you say, a tarp or some sort of plastic sheeting, like I think in Poundland I saw that they have plastic dust sheets, and I was like, oh, for a one-nighter, that could work, you could get away with it, but you need some string or rope to use as well. I was like, yeah, there were things you could do, but I'm not sure what type of budget you could get away with and how much you could do, but yeah, I'd thought of something like that. But I'm not always into the whole survival thing myself. It's good for a watch, but I'm more like, I like to have all my kit properly and just and be doing my walking stuff. Oh, you're asking how did it go? But yeah, so I don't know. We should ask Sparker. She doesn't want to spoil it for us. We'll watch the video when it comes out. That's what we should be doing. Static saying, so do you mind me asking, out of the library, what would be the first few legal tracks would you play of yourself? Sorry for harping on about. Are we talking about music again? Now, when you say like legal tracks, I mean, to be fair, I don't know the names of a lot of the ones that I have. Basically, I've got like a lifetime access thing to a site called audio.co.uk, I think it is. It's audio with two eyes, and they have like they don't have like big music like you're thinking maybe like Ed Sheeran or Stereophonics or Years and Years or whatever is your bag. I could think of like a million different artists, I suppose, but I don't have access to things like that, so I can't just sort of get any old artists on, and it's a bit annoying, but at the same time, you know. So I don't know if you're asking of any tracks, what would I have? For this sort of thing, I think good backing track would be one of my favourite bands, either Laney or Shalou, which none of you will have heard of at all. I'm fully aware, but they're kind of like chilled kind of vibes, really cool. When will the boys be back? Says Dicey's 14. Shout out to Dicey's number 14. Yeah, they'll be back on Sunday evening. That's when you see them. Chloe says, I watched in a stream. It was refreshing. I bought a bar of soap for 80p. You don't need soap. You don't need soap if you're trying to be on a budget. You should have just gone without it. Be like, yeah, because I mean, if you're doing it in a stream as well, how clean's the water? Well, mind you, if you're up above all the human stuff, then it is pretty clean. I'm going to make 20 or 30 videos over the next 6 months of you to publish them all next summer. That's an epic way to do it. My instinct is to say don't wait posting them because it'll not be great to like leave it too long. I think 20 or 30 is quite that's the biggest number I've ever heard anyone want to do preemptively. When I started my channel, I wanted to get like 3 or 4 ahead, and my first edit took so long because I'd never done it before, that I only had that one, and I just put it up and I was like, well, I'll just keep trying to churn out. And I did get ahead by about 3 or 4 weeks at one point, but I started uploading every week with my videos, and it worked. I mean, to be fair, I got monetized within 9 months, which was pretty epic, I feel. But I didn't really earn much money from it because I'd kind of just pushed it to that point, but didn't really get it where I was actually like had a lot of like views and enough to produce any like level of huge income. And then life happened, and I took my hiatus from the channel, and I lost my monetization. But I'll get it back, and the channel now is something that is a bit more that I'm more happy with it the way it is now. So, but yeah, 20 or 30 videos is a lot to do. I mean, you can do that in 6 months, but that's a lot to. I guess are you planning to like drop them all in one go, or are you thinking of like staggering them out so that you've just got a big old buffer so that as you're doing new trips you can come back to it? I mean, the difficulty, if you're thinking about, you'll have like a good sort of 2, 3, 4 months of runtime sort of ahead of where you're currently filming. The issue with that is that it's hard to pivot on YouTube with anything that's trending, but if you're not worried about trending, then it's a solid idea. Static said yes, but I'm not sure what he said yes to. I think, was that a yes to... Oh, Fraggle Fart's in. Hi, Fraggle Fart. Oops, I've just scrolled up. Silly thing. Let me just check. Let's change chat messages again. Oh, see you, Dices. Static was saying yes. I'm guessing you're saying yes to if it could be any song at all, what would I have? But yeah, it would be Shalou or Laney, but I don't imagine anyone's heard of them at all. They're some of my favourite bands, and they're quite chill for this sort of thing. I'm going to go here. I feel like that's got some options that I could utilise. Yeah. Yeah, we're growing it out over here. Oh, now we've got the corner. Huh. But we can potentially build into that. I'm going to put that there. It doesn't feel like the best option, but it might be half decent. I can put that. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I put that one down, let's see what I get next. Yes, we're going to put that one there. Can you still see that? Yeah, we're going to have to shift some of this along, I think. So there was just one. Can you see this? Yeah, that one's still open over here. but everything else here is closed. So we've got a corner now to use for our corner piece if we want it. Could have this corner piece as well. The problem is I don't know how many single closes we've got left, because we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. There's got to be at least one more, but I don't know if there's 2 or 3. Tricky, tricky. Oh, we've got a modded comment. Oh, Chloe got modded. I imagine it's all right. Yeah, I'm just going to show that. She says, drop them in one go, see if they're liked and watched, and make another load and dump them. Then overnight lives if people want to watch me sleep. Do you know what? I think that's the thing that women get away with that men don't. Is you could there's definitely women out there who'll stream as they sleep and get watched. I don't think that that's a thing for guys. I don't think anyone would want to watch me sleep. I mean, it'd be like, like, what's that? What's that going to be? Fragglefart saying, what we've been up to for the past few days. We've just been doing games. We did Boggle yesterday with the stream, and that was quite fun. We might revisit that after this game. And I've been doing a lot of Connect 4 lately as well. I did head out to collect some firewoods. I think it was a couple of evenings ago, but I don't need to do that now. I was just showing off the wood store earlier. Lucas turned up yesterday evening. We did some chess, which is why I didn't get the work done on Henry's radiator yesterday, but why I'm late today. But he turned up with all the wood. We did some chess. Yeah, it was a good evening, and now I've got a load of wood, so I don't need to go collecting anymore. State said, my bad, stay away from my music thoughts, thank you. There's a war in copyright, was just trying too much. That's all right, Static. I'm happy with conversations about music. I love music, I'll be honest. I listen to music all the time. But the only time I'm not listening to music is if my mouth is gabbing, or if I'm listening to a bit of ASMR. But if yeah, if I've got, like when I'm working, for instance, like today I was listening to a lot of ASMR as I was working. But quite often I'll just be listening to music, so I think basically Monday through Thursday I was just listening to music non-stop all the way through the days. I'm not convinced that it's a good idea to use that corner in that spot. If I did this, I can potentially build something around from there. Yeah. Okay, that's not great. That's not good at all, but we're going to do that. Oh, that isn't terrible. Look what we can do. That has worked out. That isn't too bad at all. Ho ho ho, yes. That is solid. Oh, and then we can, oops. Wait, I'm rushing that. I'm rushing. Don't rush the choice. So I can put that there, but that doesn't get that, and that wouldn't be that close to this. I want to try to keep them close. Another choice would be to put that there, but that's pretty useless use of that. Can't lay that really. No, it's going to have to be that. Oh, right, let's check the chat while I think about this. Chloe's saying, Guy, no, reacts to people on YouTube, mainly taking the mickey out of them. He had 15k subs and made 7 grand last month. I mean, yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, I think this is the thing for me. The money would be great. You know, if I could earn a living from YouTube, fantastic. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? But more important than the money for me is what we do like this, just having people to chat to and making a difference. It might seem weird, right? But like there are some of my YouTube family members who do struggle. They don't have a huge social life outside of like an online communities and stuff that they use, and that can make people feel very isolated, because that's a lot of maybe just texting and stuff like that, rather than actually communicating and having somebody to spend some time with. There were a few teenagers who watched the channel, who clearly, you know, some of them have a good family life, I feel, but others, they might feel isolated even if they're in a home with parents and stuff. They might not do family stuff together. Maybe their parents are on their phone the whole time or whatever. And I feel like giving them a place to come and get a little bit of that family sort of time, even though it's not exactly like you would get at home. If you know, I remember when I was younger, being me, my brother, sister, my parents were sitting around a table playing a board game. My dad wasn't always about, to be fair. There were years where he was not with us for quite a long time, and those were bad years, and a lot of that sort of stuff stopped. And we got back into it a bit, like in my 20s when I met Helen, my ex-wife. We did some game stuff, and then I had the boys, and then I really got back into playing games with the boys. And I always did board game nights with friends and that as I got older. Me and Noah, we do board games and stuff. But I always think back to those few times I can remember, like some of my memories are the board game nights or sitting around talking about music. Quite a few times just having the record player on, and my mum would have a like just collection of records out. We'd be listening to Queen and all sorts of like great music. One of my favourite songs was by a band called I think is it Paper Lace. The Night Chicago Died. That was like one of my favourite songs when I was younger. And a really stupid song called Big Seven by I think Judge Dredd, or I think that's the name of the artist, but Big Seven. And it's so rude. I'm not sure why we were allowed to listen to that, but yeah, we had good times then. And that's kind of like what the channel to me is like. If I can help somebody, give somebody a little bit of a connection like that, and if I can get that for myself as well. I've met Tim through the channel. I met Paul, and although he's passed away, you know, that's a fantastic thing that I managed to like spend time with him and have a friend like that. And yeah, it just gives me an opportunity to meet people. I'm going to be meeting Sparker soon. I'm sure that's going to be a really good laugh. Yeah, that's for me. That's a far bigger thing than the money, but you know, the money would be nice as well. It would. I think the money would be nice just because it gives me more time to do this. So I'd be able to go out on more adventures and go and meet more people and do more crazy things because I'd have the time to do it. But instead of spending a week working, I could spend a week doing stuff like for my channel basically and with you guys. That would be awesome. That's the only reason for the money, realistically, because I don't mind my job. My job's pretty cool. I have a lot of flexibility. I get to work outdoors. It keeps me active, keeps me fit, and it's pretty solid for that. And it's paid all right for the sort of hourly rate, I guess, if you like. Yeah, there's not a lot of downside to it, but it would be so much better if I could spend that time doing something like this that I love even more. Fragglefart, sorry, I'm just getting around to your messages. You saw, yep, saw you doing some Connect 4. Didn't see you do Boggle, but I think I have played that. Yeah, so it's an interesting game. It's quite fun. So, I mean, if you are asleep, and it might be quite satisfying hearing you snore. I think there's some people who turn up and they're aggressively flirty in the chat. And I think to myself, I think some of these people would probably be happy to watch me sleeping. I think sometimes people would really want me to close this and just crack on with what I'm doing. And in that respect, I can see that, yeah, a little bit of, you know, I'm going to put this one over here. It's a bit of a passive move, but yeah, I'm going to have to use this corner up here, but at least it gets me moving that one around. Oh, that is diabolical. I'm going to put that there. Does that help? I can put that there. That's not a bad move. I don't want to use that really. Kind of have to though. I'm going to just use that there. And then there. It's going off the screen, I apologise, but it's just a straight thing off the screen for now. Oh, that's not gone well. Now, if I hadn't put that there, I could have put this here. That would have worked. This is diabolical. So if I was to go there, I could then go, right, so this is the move. We put that one here. And then we put that one next to it. Oh, wait, no we don't. We put that one there. and then we put that one there. That one's going to go here. That's the closer we wanted. Yes, excellent. Okay. Oh, some of these have got to come back around. I've got to do better than this. Oh, this is just rotten. I quite like that. I'm realising that you guys can't. So this is all closed off over here. We have one over here. As soon as we get a single closer, I'm just going to close that. But we're doing terribly. I'm going to be honest. This has gone rather poorly. Oh yeah, and there's also one just. Oh come on. There's also one just here that you can't quite see, but there's also a single there. The thing is, I don't know how many more single openers that we have. That isn't even got you in the screen. Let me move this back. I need to move it back even further for this. It has gone crazy. All right. That's not bad. There we go. So we've got some more chat. Oh, we've got Kimbo in. Hi, Kimbo. Kimbo says, too complicated for me, I'm out, chat. Fair play. I've got to say, this is probably the simplest game to learn. Fraggle says, I've scrolled through short streams and there is people on there that do sleeping. After like 30 seconds, I would probably get a bit bored, but some people do like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I guess, oh, that is, I need to angle that better. That is not great. That's, there you go. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, I guess everybody has their own different things they're sort of into. I'm not into watching somebody sleep, but I know that people are, because I've seen people doing that. You know, as you say, you scroll through and you're like, what on earth is this? But they somehow got like way more people watching than I have. So I'm like, it's obviously more popular than what I do. Fair play to them. I've got another corner now, and I've got this corner. All right, I'm going to use that to cut this corner off. Just got to end that. All right. This is annoying. That would have been really nice just here, but I can't use it because of this one being here. It was a bad call in the end. I'm wondering if there's another. We started off with a C, and I think there's another one in here. Well, I haven't seen it, so we'll probably save that for the C. So I've just got to work on these two here, try to get them closed off together. And I've got two singles over in different places where we're going to be struggling. I think if I do that, I get another corner, but I've still got a single, which is a bit not. Oh, you're joking. That would have been better. Can't use that. Can't use that. Oh, that's rotten. I'm going to put that there. That stinks. Oh, we've got another T. Okay. Right, well, I'm going to use that there. Oh, we've got a single closer. I'm going to put that there. Now we've got them two working around. We've got a corner. That's going to immediately go on that one. We've got the C. It's coming together. We've got just the two over here and the two singles. We've got one single closer. We're going to just throw that one single close over here, get that done and out of the way. So everything over this end is now done. It's just this one here, which I think you can just about make out, and then these two here. So saying, hey, sorry, second time here, and in context, I have to say sorry for my naivety. Do enjoy your stream. No, that's cool, Static. You are more than welcome, and you can tell me anything you want to chat, as long as everyone's being respectful and there's no like anything crazy rude or anything in the chat. You're welcome to talk about anything you want. That's the whole point of being here. Whatever interests you, you chat to me about it, and I'll do my best to chat back. Doesn't mean I'm going to have a very good chat, but I'll do my best. Yeah, I make no promises the quality of what I'm saying. I can only say. Oh, we've got I don't think you've said anything that needs to be modded there, but Kimbo said something and got modded. My head screwed, came home from work an hour ago and the missus is a state. I found 3 used male protection balloons under the bed and a pair of Calvin Klein boxes and skids down the back of sink. Nice. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just the way you've said it. But yeah, that's, I mean, that's not something you really want to find when you come home, is it? I'd be fuming too. Mind you, I don't have a missus, so it's nothing like that ever happened with our relationship. We didn't have any. There was no infidelities or anything. We just grew apart, which in some ways is a brutal way for it to happen. You know, there's no clean break, and we hang about in a relationship far longer than we should have. But that's how these things go. All right, so we're all done over there. It's just these 3 and this one here. Nearly forgot about this one. This is going to be the problem. I don't think we have any more single closers. I don't think I can win this. It's problems, isn't it? It's problems. I'm going to put that one there. I don't think it's the best move I could do, but it's the best I've got right now. And that one's going to go there. Okay. Oh, we have a single closer. I'm going to use that here. I don't know how many more we could possibly have left, but oh, whoa. I mean, why not? All right. That has gone from me thinking that this is completely undoable to, if that's the right card, we could close the last one. We've got down to 1 somehow. I don't know how. Ah, brutal. Absolutely brutal. If I play this, I have to play it this way, because if the wrong card comes out, I might not be able to go at all. So I have to play this that way. Would you believe it? That's mental. I'm just going to check, but I think we just won. We got him. That was insane. Oh my Lord. Oh dear. I'm going to have to tell Noah about this one because he's not in. I'm going to say, go and check my stream out. I actually did a bad deed and it was nuts. I thought I'd lost it totally. And then somehow, I have to see though, we haven't got many cards left. We've got 4 cards left. Are there any more closers? We've got a corner. We've got another crazy piece. We have 1 more closer. There was another single close. Wow, there's a lot of single closes, more than I thought there was. It's not often you get that far into the game and you somehow win it. That was epic. I can't believe it. I'm just checking again just to be sure. Yeah, that's awesome. It's definitely a win. I can't believe that. That's brilliant. Nolu's in. Hi, Nolu. You've turned up just in time to see me beat Bandido. Flashman says, could you please say happy birthday to my friend Nick Gurr? I think you're trying to get me to say something else there. Nice try though. Good effort on that one. We get a few of those in from time to time. There's somebody who keeps trying to talk about ice cream vans. Something about ice and also about Wallow and then something else. I can't remember what they say. Thank you, King, says Flashman. Oh dear. Oh, Static says, have you, sorry Static, I'm just scrolling back up, I'm realising I've missed some chat. Have you thought of other platforms to boost your profile? I have. I tried a little bit of TikTok. I put some of my shorts onto over there and even did one where I redid it just for TikTok. And to be fair, they got like minimal traction because I think TikTok's a bit more generous with just throwing out a few hundred or even a couple thousand views, because obviously TikTok's all just very short stuff. I did put one on TikTok that was a bit longer because they started doing longer format stuff, but that didn't really get sent out the same either. I don't think my kind of slow-paced content is quite right for TikTok. And I guess I should do things like Instagram and some other things, but I'm just like, it's enough to be doing YouTube. To be fair, I've done some. It's more work than it needs to be already. Like when I first started off, I would like every video. Like I was trying to get one video out a week, which I mostly manage, and I would do, and some of them would be really long, like 40 to 60 minutes, because that seemed to be what tracked best with like the stealth camping and the wild camping communities, and what the algorithm seemed to like. But I'd also go through and manually, like I had my editing suite has like a voice recognition thing to turn it into text, but they're always terrible, so you have to go through and manually check everything and check timestamps and everything. And I'd go through and manually check all that, and I'd do like all of the stuff that I'm supposed to do on all the videos. I'd spend like a good I think that sometimes it would take me like 2 hours or more just to do the subtitles, and then like another hour to do other bits and pieces. I think thumbnails was quite a thing that took a lot of time. And these days I'm like, well, it's a lot easier just to do live streams and push out some weird random photo for a thumbnail. But I do still want to get videos out, and I'm trying very hard to get my current video finished. It's already over a week late, which I'm a bit annoyed about, but at the same time, the streamers are doing well, and I've met so many new great people in here. So like yourself, Static, it's great meeting everyone in here, and I prefer the more interactive style of a live stream. Fragglefart saying, yes, how you do what you want to do, and if you enjoy people snoring, fair play. Yeah, it's you people like what they like, and you can't knock people for what they like, otherwise they'd be knocking you for yours. I mean, like some people would probably look at me and think I'm weird for watching ASMR. I've met people in my life and they're like, what is that? To be fair, when I was growing up, because not even a lot of people who watch ASMR on YouTube, it's like, I think it's like the third biggest genre now, and it has been for a long time. It's like a well-known thing now, but when I was younger, I'm one of the few people that actually gets ASMR. I'd be walking down the road and there'd be a smell or sound, or like if I went to the opticians, like I'd get it then quite a lot, or if I was just sitting talking to somebody and they had like a certain sort of timbre to their voice and they were talking like slowly, whatever, and I'd get this feeling, and it would just spread from like, back of my head down my neck and then sort of spread out, and I never knew what it was. And I always thought it in my head as like my bliss feeling, because it was this really warm, fuzzy, kind of really happy feeling, but it was like a very physical thing, didn't have a name for it at all, and I thought it was just me, and so I didn't say to anyone about it because I thought it was just weird. But then it turns out people actually get this, and it's called autonomous ASMR says autonomous sensory meridian response, which is, everyone shortens to ASMR, and people do videos trying to trigger that, but then it's also just crossed over into this whole, we'll do relaxing things, and then you get some girls trying to sexualize it, which is awful. You shouldn't be doing that. You go and watch Pornhub for that. Keep the ASMR to ASMR is what I say. But so now it's like a fairly sort of normal thing. Most people are sort of understand what it is, and it's fine. But when I was younger, I'd never even talked to anyone about it because I just thought it was weird. Why is Sparker said Amanda hug and kiss? Is that a thing? Twitch would do you good, says Static. Yeah, I've heard of Twitch. I would be tempted maybe, but I don't know. I think the pay ratio is far higher. What, on Twitch or here? Which one are you saying? To be fair, as I said, I'm not really overly fussed about the money. The money would be cool. It would be cool. I make no bones about it. If someone wanted to sponsor videos, as long as I thought their product was decent, I'd do sponsored videos. I'm certainly not adverse to having some ad revenue and things like that, but because I'm aware that YouTube will put ads on videos regardless of whether I'm monetized or not. It turns out the only way to not have ads on your videos is if you are a YouTube partner and therefore can monetize, and you select the don't monetize my video option. But if you're not yet a partner, they'll just monetize your video for themselves. So it's like I could get to that stage and then not have some videos monetized, but I'm like, I'd still probably just go for the ad revenue, but I'd keep it minimal. I don't know if I really want to do like a ton of mid-roll ads and things. I had that on my videos at one point, and it just seemed not really to, it didn't earn much, and also it just seemed to, I think, put people off from watching them. So I was like, I'd rather have people watching them and enjoying them rather than worrying about the money too much. So there's like a balance to it. Like I'd like to get something, but it's not a big thing to me to worry about that. Right, we need to pack this up and think about what next to play. Also, I need to look at how long we've been streaming. If I need to plug in, no, we're good. It's not even an hour yet. Right, let's pack up the old Bandido. We've got a decent win this time. This is the second time I've won on stream with Bandido, and the first time I won, it was a bit of like a easy game. I didn't really feel like I'd earned the win, but he has defeated me all the other times, so I'm glad to now get a decent win. And I think I played that all right. I think there was enough skill in that for me to say that, yeah, I did something decent there. Right, quick vote in the chat then. We don't seem to have too many people in right now, so I think we've just got family members in maybe. We will count Static as a new family member. I'm sure Static is still in. As it's your second time in, and hopefully you'll be in more times to come. I assume it means you're subbed already, if you found me again. So we've got a choice, family. Do we do some Boggle? Or do we do some Connect 4? Choices in there. Yeah. I'm gonna give Static the fist bump. So, anyone got a preference, Boggle or Connect 4? It'd be interesting actually, because normally when I play these, it's better if I do it early, because then I'll get people in like EK and Cat. I think it's a bit late for them. It might well be past their bedtime. But the teenagers of us, of our group, do like to play all these games. I think some of the adults have had a good old shout though. I think the most avid player would be one of the Dans, Dan the Champ. He loves coming in and telling me how he's undefeated at Connect 4, although I've beaten him one game now. We've got 1-1 against, and he was telling me before that he was undefeated, so... Bobble. You mean Boggle, I'm guessing. Okay. What is NTSX for? No, I have no idea what that is abbreviation for. But Boggle has been called by Static, so we're going to crack out the Boggle. And I will do my best with this. I did experiment with getting some software to be able to do split screen between two cameras and stuff. And I'll be honest, it was a bit of a hassle. And we're attempting to do it on just the one camera. I'm aware that I could probably do a better job of this and maybe have more people in if I do a better job. But I'm just not sure I want to make that much of a deal about it, that I'm going to get into all that at this point. So let's see if we can switch the camera around. Come on, press the button. Switch. Oh, it did. It did switch. There you go. Right, let's see. So what I'm thinking is, if I have that up about here, you'll hopefully be able to see me, but I'll be able to angle it down enough that you can see the Boggle. Annoyingly, this timer doesn't work, but what I've realised is I just have the time up on my secondary device above where I'm reading the chat. And all right, well, that's in a completely wrong place. Whee! It nearly went. Can we go higher? No, that's not going to work at all. The chat is in the way for that. What did I do last time? Can I do that? Okay, that's a bit better. Okay. Um, no, we're going to go back down. About there. Let's try that. Hey, I think. Yeah. Right. It works on PC, not so good on phone. Well, I mean, I'm watching on a phone for my chat, and that's what I'm basically using as a reference to try to get it up above where the chat is. I'm aware that on different phones, obviously that chat's going to be in different places. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm just trying to get it up to somewhere as close to the middle as I can, while also trying to keep it in focus. Right, I think what we also need is some better lighting on the. If we get better lighting on it, that'll also, yeah, that's going to help, isn't it? So we need some. Yeah, so if the lighting's not there, that does that. But if I get the lighting up, that really does make a difference on the on that. So where do I put the light? Oh, that's not. There's nothing up. Do you know, I need to put myself a little hook up here so that I can have a light from higher up. But I think if I just where am I going to do this? Mind you, do you know what? If I just had it back here, that might work. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's actually it's still doing a thing where it's trying to focus poorly. Let me just see if I can. If I tap on the screen and the bit I want it to focus on, sometimes it does that. There you go. Job's on. Right. Hey, Quintin's in, and Dicey's is back. Shout out Dicey's number 14. And we've got Quintin. How you doing, Quintin? Hope you're good today. Oh, on PC the chat is on the side. Ah, you see, I don't watch a PC too often, on a PC to be fair, too often. Right, let me get a bit of paper. Oh, did you hear that? That's my knees clicking. My knees literally went click. All right. I need a pencil. Got a proper carpenter's pencil, one from Wix. Not sponsored. Right. Okay. So here's how we do this for the people who haven't played before. I jumble up the letters and we get what we get. The rules are quite simple. You can't use any single letter more than once, but obviously here you have two I's and you have two O's and you have two N's and you have two E's. So you can use those, each one of those once, meaning, oh, actually 3 E's. So you could have something with 3 E's in. So for instance here, TWEEN for tween, solid. You can't, however, do TWAT for that word because not only is it a rude one, but we only had the one T, so you can't use the T twice. We're going to have 3 minutes on the clock. It's going to be me versus the chat. I'm going to write down mine. Chat, you have to write all yours in the chat. And at the end, I'll count up the scores and we'll see who wins. So a quick little shuffle. Try not to deafen the air too much. And there we have it. Put that up there. I have no idea what you mean by farm a couple of views for me, Static, but you do you, man. You do you however you want to do. Quentin, you haven't answered me back. How are you doing? Let me just check that this is. Is this live? Yeah, I'm not behind on this one. It's good. Right. That is not focused again. What is going on? Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to angle that down even more. Just a smidge like that. And that gets up to the middle. Lovely. We're going to just redo this actually. I've given you guys too much of a head start. For fairness. For fairness. Right. So as soon as I pop this, we're going to have 3 minutes. Let's go then. Get your words in. 3 letters and above. So, oh, do we have 2 E's? No, we don't. We only have 1. Okay. Gonna have stone. And the longer the word, the more points you get. So S-T-O-N-E, that's good. Oh, I've got down. Quintin for watch. Nice, that's a good word, Quintin. You're as good as can be expected, eh, Quintin? Well, I expect you to be very good, so I hope that's how good you are. Oh, what else we got? We got that. I saw that. Shat. I gotta do it. Gotta do it. What else we got? Wow, this is a tough one. Scent? Show? We've got toad and death in there. So you've got watch, toad and death. That's good. Eat. That's it's only worth 1 point if it's 3 or 4 letters, but they add up. But those big, like if you can get 8 letters plus, that's big scores. That is. Oh, it's nearly time. Last chance to get one in. New. That's it. All right. That's our 3 minutes. The time is up. Yeah, you got have. Okay, so I've got, that's a 5 letter for 2 points. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1. So I've got 7, 8, 9, 10 points for me. Chat got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Cool, we were slow on that one. So, but I beat you. I got you 10-7. Nice. I got the W on that one. I tell you what though, Static chose this and then has gone off doing some farming or something. So he said, I don't know, but he should be here playing the game instead. The angle is a tad low. Do you mean like pointing too low? Is that because you can't see my beautiful face? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in a bit closer and try to do this a little better. Do you mean you want it angled more like that? You're like, no, less face, please. Okay. Oh, you want to just see the, you want to see the boggle only. Okay. So what about like that? That's not a bad way to do this, is it? In fact, if we do it like that, I don't know that we even need. We can then have the points there as well. Boom. Yeah. So how about like that? Yeah. Should we do it like that, Sparker? I'm just going to try and make it all work as good as possible. Yeah. Much better, eh? Cool. Right. This is why I was going to do the split screen thing, because I could literally have the camera pointing directly down at this and then another one pointing at my face. But I guess you're right, you don't even need to see my face. My ugly mug is of no use when we're playing a game like this. That works well, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to do another shuffle and then we'll have a game like this. We get boggle in the bottom, which is quite good. Come on. There we go. Right. And away we go. Immediately top row, I see show. What else we got? Is that choir I've got there? Choir, yeah. Chore. Got a couple of W's in there. Got new. Oh, Sparker with wish. Quentin with join. Nice. What have I got? Oh, I wanted to do psychic or something, but it's not in there. Ah, it's close though. Joiner. I'm going to go for joiner. If you don't know what that is, that's somebody who works with wood but isn't a carpenter. Joinery. There we go. Joinery. That's where he works. There's no V. Chew. Wow, we're getting loads. Sparker's got loads of them going on. Quentin sounds relieved. I think, no, we've got a little bit more time. We've still got time. Oh, my Lord. I don't see anything else. Wrench. Yeah. Screw. And that's time, people. That's time. Let's have a little look. So, how well did the chat do? We got... Oh, you both said joined at the same time. That's funny. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's a 6th letter in there? So that's 3 points. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, or 23, 24, 25 points for chat. I've got 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that is 9. And then joinery is a 7. And that's 14. No, yeah, 7. So, well, it's 5. What else? 9, so 14 points. 15, 16. Wrench is a 6. So 19, 21, 21. Oh, you got me. You got me. It was 21 points to me, 25 to you. Not not great for my standing, but you two together obviously did way better than me. I think if we did this on like individual though, I think I might have took the W on that. I think if we share out Sparker's and Quintin's points so that you got your own points, I think I might have got the W. But yeah, that was a good one. That had lots. I don't know what happened here. I ended up with loads of like kind of like workman ones. So I had joiner, joinery, wrench and screw. Chore even was kind of like along that line. That's crazy. Okay, next one then. And then we'll have a break after this one, I think, for a little while. Well, to be fair, you're looking for a screen, so... And I like a challenge. Right, off we go. Last is in there. Wrist. Rise. Twist. Waist. Latest. Cleats is a crazy word. Right, and what we've got here. Straw. Straws. Winner. Me, hopefully, that is. Winners. We can do TWAT in this one, but we won't call that one. We can have SWAT. You can swat a fly. Taste. Oh, somebody else already called straws. I don't know if that was me first or you. Probably you first. I'm going to take straws off mine. Static says Bob. They can't have Bob. There's no Bob here. To be honest, Kimbo, from what you've said about, hold on, we can't have. No, we can have that. That's a legit word, I think. I've already got winners. You can't have winners. Lie and lies. And I think that's our time. That's time, gentlemen. Right. Oh, antler at the end. Wow. Okay. So let's do a quick tally of your scores. No, trans isn't going to be counted because that's past time, and so is Stark. That's past time. Right. Antler for 6, so that's 3 points. Winners is not legit because I've already got that one. Silent though is good for 6 points. So that's another 3. So that's 6 total. 6, 7, 8. What is Cilebra? Is that actually a word? I want a word check for that from Sparker. You've got a computer in front of you. Silebr. Is that an actual word? Thank you very much. We're going to have Wanker. That counts. So that's another 6-letter word. So what were you up to? I'm going to have to just quickly do that again. You had 6, 7, 8. Oh, what did we have? We had antler was, that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So 3, 6. Silent gets you to 9. 10, 11, 14, 15, 16. Oh, 19. I'm giving you straws for 22, 23, and then cleats was the first one. No, it wasn't the first one. 20, cleats was 26, 27, 28. Skates, did you? Yeah, you did skates. 28, 20, 31. And that's it. 31. Okay, so you got 31. What did I get? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 12, 13. 13 plus 3 is 16. Plus 21. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Ah, got me again, just a little bit. 31 to 26. I tell you what, though, I'm quite impressed with myself here. I'm doing all right. Right, we're going to have a rest for a second. That's a lot of boggle in one go. Can I have a little break every now and then? Not seeing anything. Oh well, it wasn't a word then. I think Kimbo was just making up words. Fair play. It'll happen. Oh dear. Well played, everyone. Well played. I'm impressed with the acumen on this one. It was interesting. EK was playing, yes, I think yesterday with us on Boggle, and it was a bit sus because EK would be silent for a little while and not really have many guesses, like maybe the odd one, and then all of a sudden just like bum 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 bum, all these great ones coming out, and I was like, have you took the time to basically throw these letters into ChatGPT and ask for as many words as possible out? I don't know. Yeah, no, I've never actually played Boggle until I got it for the stream. So this is my second time playing it. And it's a really good game. I saw it in the charity shop when I was getting Connect 4. So I had to go buy this. And while I was in there, although the charity shop charged me £2.99 for this one, I saw Boggle, which was charged at £5.99. Crazy. And anyway, I saw it and thought, oh, because I like a bit of Wordle, and I see people streaming Wordle, and I thought, if I'm getting Connect 4 and we're doing this route of where we can play together, this is surely a game where we can just play this, and yeah, it's a good bit of fun. It's a mental brain teaser. It's a good laugh. Love it. There were Scrabble Finder sites. You can put letters in and get words back. Yeah, I think something sus was going on like that, maybe. Reminds me of Countdown in a way. Yeah, that's true, Quentin. I mean, this sort of thing, you know, the whole kind of playing with letters and people having a go at home and stuff along with the players. You know, we love shows like that. I used to watch Countdown quite a lot, and not just for Carol Vorderman either. I did enjoy the challenge of it, seeing if I couldn't like at least compete with the other players, because that's the whole point, isn't it? You're not just watching to see what they do, you're watching to see, can I you know, compete and actually get some points on the board. And I was always way better at the numbers. Like I could almost always get the numbers, but the letters one I was not great at. You'd get better as I practiced a little bit and watched for a few days in a row. I'd get a bit better, but the letters always was a struggle for me, but I've got a decent enough vocabulary. I think I'm getting away with some of these. I'm pretty good at Wordle as well. I have more 3 guess answers than I have 5 guess answers, which I'm pretty proud of, by a significant margin as well. I'm a little bit behind my 4 guess answers with my 3 guess answers. So I'd love. There was one point where I had more 3 guess answers than I had 4s. But that didn't last. I was a bit gutted. Yeah, Countdown was awesome. Do you know what? The only thing better than Countdown was 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. Did any of you watch that? And you had what's her name? Rachel Riley. Is that her name? Am I thinking it right? Yeah. So like basically the newer like hot version, like, you know, hot woman who can do the numbers type thing. The new Carol Vorderman. but it was just, you know, Jimmy Carr doing the hosting, and I know Sparker has his issues with Jimmy Carr, but the show as a whole was really good. And we had, what's his name, and he passed away now from 8 out of 10 Cats. Sean Locke, is that his name? Sean something. I get confused with surnames, but yeah, he was so funny on it. It's a proper loss. But yeah, the adult version, it was funny. Yeah, the 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown. I wasn't really a huge fan of 8 out of 10 Cats as a whole. I mean, it was a good show, and I watched a bit of it. But when they did the Countdown version, that was just absolutely, that had everything. So we had the comedy, you had the actual, like, the countdown stuff, but then you also had, like, you know, hot Rachel Riley, and you had, you know, proper, just, you know, the whole shebang was brilliant. What comedy makes you truly happy? I don't know, happy, but like, and I know Sparker has told me about this, but I love Jimmy Carr's humour. He's like just taking everything else out. His jokes get me every time and make me laugh. I would say probably the best show I've seen on TV though. Oh, what was his name now? Steven something. It was back from the like Apollo days, live at the Apollo, and there was one like basically like stand up. I can't remember his name now. But he basically arrived on stage, and he like no black guy, and he had like a properly kind of like sort of like foreign accent. I don't know from what country, but you know, just, and everyone just accepted it because he looked like he had that accent, and he was going at it, and like, and he had jokes, and they were really good jokes, and then all of a sudden he switched out of it and was like, actually, that was a total put on. And he was just a British like guy from what I could tell, and just like had a normal accent, and everyone was laughing at it. It was hilarious. But he was telling this anecdote about like how he'd got on a plane, and he was basically, you know, and like they give you this hot towel, and he's like, I'm making the most out of this because he's paid for like first class or whatever. He's saying, so there he is, stark bollock naked. And I was like, that's just cracking. And the whole sort of the whole routine was just, I can't remember his name. It's the only routine of his I've ever seen, and it was hilarious. But I think, who was hosting it at that time? I think it was being hosted by oh, what's the chap's name? He did the skipping thing. I can't remember his name now. Michael McIntyre? Is that his name? Yes, I think that's his name. Yeah. So he's quite. I loved Michael McIntyre. But this guy came on. I can't remember his name for the life of me. But it was hilarious. That would be best. When I was younger, my favourite comedian was Billy Connolly. So that kind of tells you I'm quite into, like, you know, I don't mind a bit of like rude language and some proper humour. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I like about Jimmy Carr's humour, is he doesn't hold back worrying about getting cancelled. But there are a lot of comedians are like, you know, like you can joke about it if it's like something you're dealing with type deal, but otherwise you've got to watch yourself for the not getting cancelled and whatnot. Static saying some stuff about circa I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, I am, just to like Static know, I have no idea about anything to do with politics. Shall I say? I like don't like Sparker had a telling off with me about mentioning Jimmy Carr because of some sort of stance he has on something, and I'm just like, it's all gone above my head. I don't really follow politics. I don't have Instagram, right, and anything like that, so I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't watch the news. I don't like. I get a little bit of news that comes in through YouTube. That's the only news that I get. So I'm completely out of it. And anybody I talk about on here, famous, I'm not endorsing them, saying I agree with anything that they've said. I just like someone's humour or their comedy, or you know, whatever. And like, I like a show. I like a show. But it doesn't mean that yeah, I think anything like what these people are doing is correct or wrong or whatever. Uh, uh, Alan Carr makes me laugh, says Quinton. Yeah, Alan Carr's quite funny. Yeah, I do like him. Um, I don't always get his humour, and he's sometimes a bit too much, but yeah, he's all right. That's right, Static, that's fine. We avoid, basically in this channel, we're trying to avoid politics. There's always going to be a touch into it sometimes here and there. Yeah, it'll happen. But we avoid any of the hard stuff. In fact, there's a few political words that I have added to the, because basically I have the basic automatic mod on with the streaming, and I get to have a list of words that I don't want in the stream. And I noticed that it wasn't particularly good at getting rid of some of the rude words, so I've listed loads of those on there just to make sure doubly that they won't come in. But I also added in a few words that were very political sort of based words that I noticed people were coming in and basically saying, and that gets people's chat modded like immediately. And I'm like, yep, let's keep that politics stuff out. Quentin says, I watch the news and wish I didn't. Yeah, I used to watch the news, and about the point where they decided that the thing that got the most views was the bad news, and they didn't really give you anything else. And they're talking about bad news around the world as well, which, I'll be honest, like, my only political thing is this, right? That I do feel like our system needs a bit of maintenance. No system in the world, in the universe, works 100% of the time, all of the time, forever, without any kind of maintenance or reboot, reset, something, yeah, some level of repair, some sort of self-maintenance, something, right? It doesn't matter if it's your body, yeah, you're gonna need maintenance. It's gonna eventually stop working. That's how it works. If it's a car, it's gonna need maintenance. You're gonna need servicing, MOTing. You're gonna have to fix some stuff, and sometimes that thing just stops working, and you've got to let's go get a new one. And it can be anything at all, right? Nothing works forever without some maintenance, and even with maintenance, nothing's going to work forever. So then you're going to have to replace it with something new. And in the old days, we had something called a revolution, which was basically a reset for government. And we ain't had one of those in a long time. And the cracks are starting to show, is what I'd say. That's my only political view on anything, is that the cracks in our political system are shown because we haven't had the proper maintenance on it for a long, long time. And the world as a whole is jacked up because there's a lot of maintenance needed, and everyone's kind of ignoring it. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on politics. There's some stuff wrong. I don't know how to fix it. I don't think anyone else knows how to fix it. What do you do with it? And what goes on in the rest of the world? I mean, there's bad stuff happening everywhere. I can't do anything about it. If I can tell anyone anything, it's stop doing the bad stuff. But as people can't even agree half the time what is good or bad, I'll leave better people than me to have those arguments and to figure all that out. Because that's the other thing. I don't vote, and there's a particular reason for that, which is that I don't know enough to vote. So I'd just be having a punt guess. Like I didn't vote on Brexit on the pure basis that I didn't have enough information to make an educated vote. So why would I be voting? I've got nothing to base anything on. And I suppose I should be taking the time to learn all that so I could make an educated vote. But in all fairness, I've got so much else going on with life. I just don't have the capacity to do all that as well. So I just leave it up to everybody else. That's it. That's my stance on anything political and anything in the world that's going to crap. And then I'm just going to stay here and play my games, enjoy some camping, and try to give people a bit of a fun time. That's basically where I'm at with this. That's my thoughts. And I get you, but knowledge is power, and however quite it is. And again, my bad. No, you're good, Static. We touch into some weird shit here sometimes as well. Oh, S word. Yeah, we do. You know, I'm going to get rid of that one so I can look at the chat here. Makes more sense. I watch the news from the general public now with their cameras without editing. Yeah, there's a couple of channels out there I find interesting because they just go around and they just, like, you know, they've got like I wouldn't call it a body camera, but it's kind of chest mounted, and they just walk around. CJ Investigates. I met him. He's like a van lifer, and he just does stuff like that. And some of it's just like, it's just nonsense. You know, drunk guy in town centre, just saying words. It just doesn't really matter. But some of it's really interesting because he's going to places I've never been before, and I get to see a bit more of the world, you know, broaden horizons. But also, you just get to see people interacting. It's pretty interesting. You're good. I just see Sparker's apology for the politicking on me, but you're good. You don't worry about it. Dear. So we've got, oh, Michael Pickford is in. Hi, Michael. Good to see you again. Another family member has arrived. Always nice. How are you? I hope you're good. Hope all is well. Just seen the stream. Thought I'd say hello. Taking dog out before bed. Stay safe all. Are you really taking the dog out, or are you going to the woods like we did at Malden? I'm joking. I believe you're taking the dog. Oh, I can hear some people outside. We've got people parked up. So I'm at the Biggleswade spot, and there is a space just next to the van where people can sometimes park. And yeah, there's definitely a car running out there. They're hanging about. So let's see how long we've had on this chat. So we had 1 hour and 30 minutes, so an hour and a half. Not bad. I've got 17% left on battery. Whew. Watch some homeless channels. Very interesting and good to help them out in a small way. Yeah, that's true. I guess, you know, I think that's one of those things. I always appreciate the support of my channel, especially you, Spark. You've shown me support from day one, basically, from what I can remember. And just sometimes you'll be in it. Even if you're playing on your zombie game, you'll get yourself into the stream just to give me the bump in numbers and the support, and that's solid in itself. But yeah, there's definitely some channels out there that could do with the help. I definitely like to kind of like post about people's channels if I feel like they're interesting. There's like a lady up in, I think she's in Scotland or the Isle of Man or somewhere, I don't know. She's kind of done some videos from different places. I don't actually know where she's from, but she's done places up north where she's done some just really relaxing stuff. She does like a weekly vlog type thing on the back end of the weekend. It's a really nice way on a Sunday to just sort of relax down from my stream on a Sunday. And yeah, so I think I posted on my channel about hers. And then we had like Emmy the other day. I put up about her video, and she does some funny little videos, to be fair. So she's got a nice little channel, but she's young, so she's got a long time to build up that support base and that. We've got Cheeky in. Hi, Cheeky. Good to see you again. Hey up yourself. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Hey, another family member in. I like that. We've got a few of us in, I guess. Just winding up for the night, Cheeky. We were playing a bit of Boggle, but we've had 3 games of that. I was thinking about maybe doing a few more, but I am feeling a little bit like my brain has got melted by all the Boggle. I think that was enough Boggle for one day. So I think we'll probably wrap this up now. I'm just waiting to see if Cheeky responds with any response here. I'm not bad, thank you. That's good to hear. I hope you've got some good plans for the weekend. Who else has got plans for the weekend? I'm just going to literally be doing washing and prepping ready for next week. I'm planning to take the boys somewhere. I don't know where to take them though. I'm still deciding where to travel next week. But the plan is like probably Monday, just to get off grid with the boys somewhere. Just go somewhere we can do loads of hiking. I want to do like a really big hike on Monday. Depending where it is, we might do the travel on the Sunday sort of afternoon / evening. Might even live stream the travel actually, so me and the boys in the van together on the travel, maybe bring you guys with us, because the driving streams seem to be quite popular, so we might do a bit of that on Sunday. If not, then we might stream once we've arrived. It just depends where I decide to go. I'm going to give the boys a bit of a choice, sort of see if they want to do mountains, or if they want to do maybe something coastal, or just find some big woods somewhere. I don't know. We'll sort of see, but that's the idea. Static saying, was going to ask a stupid question. Wasn't just of what you were talking about. Have you ever been dogging? No, I have not. But I have been very dogging adjacent, Static. So you weren't with us at this time, but going back, I don't know. I think Sparker might know. It was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, longer than that, surely. No, it's got to be over a month ago, because I remember Louise commenting about it before I'd met her. So yeah, it's got to be a little over a month now. maybe like 5 weeks then. Yeah, 5 or 6 weeks ago, maybe. I was working over towards sort of like Barton and Clophill Way, and there's a wood there called Malden Wood, which is sort of between Clophill and Malden. Well, actually, I think it's in Malden more actually. So I tell a lie, it's probably firmly in Malden. Excuse me. Whew. Yeah, and anyway, it's a known spot for dogging. And I decided, like, I'd avoided it because in the past because I had the family with me. But I was like, it was just me in the van, and I wanted a place close to where I was working. I was like, do you know, I'm going to go up there, see how bad it is. How bad can this be? And I parked up, and it was weird. Like, it's a really big car park. It's one of those ones where you go in one end, and you're supposed to come out the other side. And people were driving up and down it, and these guys were hanging around. It was very, very weird. And I wanted to go into the woods to collect some firewood. So that's what I do. I stream and I walk off into the woods and we collect some firewood, have a little fire, and then I walk back. And I'm not joking. I'm walking back and there's these guys just staring at me, going, "Oh, what's going on?" And I've got this bag with me full of like logs essentially. And one guy's going, "You know, what you got there, mate?" And I'm like, "So I've just got some firewood, mate." But he's literally looking me up and down and looking at my bag. And I'm thinking, does he think I've got some toys with me or something? I mean, this guy is obviously like weird. So I've not actually done that, and I don't think I would because it's not my cup of tea. But I've been very adjacent to that kind of stuff. Stag. It's a it's a thing out there, I tell you. Quentin's saying these games remind me of Christmas and family stuff. Cheers, Quentin. Well, that's kind of the whole point. I think you know, that's something that I'm going to do for my Christmas Day stream. Because obviously, you know, I'm doing my everyday thing. So even on Christmas Day, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to something I want to do. Probably not this week, but the next time the boys are with us. So in a couple of weeks' time, a little over 2 weeks' time, I'm going to get all the decorations up. We need to actually get some more because I've got some lights for in the van and a couple of small things. But I want to get some more stuff so we can have some proper Christmassy type stuff on the streams. But on Christmas Day, I want to do like a proper Christmas Day thing. So I won't be doing a big meal, but because what happens is, and I should give you guys as I'm talking about this, what generally happens is around Christmas is my parents do like all my brothers and my brother and sister and all their sort of clan, if you like, they all come to my parents' house usually on Boxing Day, and I go as well. So and then we do our Christmas Day on Boxing Day. And the boys spend Christmas Day at their mum's and do it with that side of the family. And so on Christmas Day, I will see that the boys will come at the end of the day, hopefully in time for some of the streaming. But I'm thinking that before they even turn up, I might well actually have the stream going and just do a fair bit of streaming on Christmas Day. We'll sort of see how it goes. But if any of you guys are interested in a Christmas Day stream and maybe doing like a proper like long sort of format thing, having some games, maybe do some other bits and pieces, and any ideas at all for the actual stream of what I could do, make it like special for Christmas, you know, get them in the comments after the stream, or at any point in any of my streams. Just put them in the comments, because the comments is a place where I actually do communicate quite a lot with some of the family members. And it's great because I can come back and revisit that. It's a bit hard to find what people have said in the chat, because going through all the chat is really difficult sometimes, trying to pinpoint when someone said something in which stream. There's just so much footage, it's unreal. But yeah, so, and then obviously the Boxing Day one will be with me and the boys in here, and that will have been our sort of Christmas Day. Now it depends what my mum's doing. My mum these days doesn't generally do a Christmas dinner, but sometimes she does. It's very kind of like whatever she's in the mood to do. I think either last year or the year before, we kind of shared the load, and I did some of the cooking in the van, she did some of the cooking in her house, and we just sort of put it all together in their conservatory, and we just had like a big meal there. But depending on what happens with that, I might do a meal in the van and have you guys along for the Christmas dinner on Boxing Day type thing. And then me and the boys will probably be off doing some stuff after that, and we'll probably head off and do some adventures. But any ideas for next week's adventures as well, let me know. I've got to decide where we're going to go, and I'm not sure whether to go like down south or go north to the Peak District. Yeah, I mean, I'd consider meeting up with Sparker, but I'll probably be doing that when I don't have the boys, to be fair, Sparker. And Tim did say he wanted to come along, so we'll try and do that on a weekend at some point. And I won't have the boys for a weekend, so that'll make it a bit easier. Might have said too many men at these docking sites. No, not that I have ever been. Laugh out loud, says Quentin. Well, the one that I turned up, it was all men. So, well, as far as I could see, I didn't hang around. Well, I was there all night in the van, but I didn't go looking to see what they were doing. We've got this Michael person saying exactly the same thing. That's suspicious. I recognise that, saying some random word that doesn't make any sense, saying secret tell you. Yeah, that's been said before. Cheeky was saying something. Let me just check. Pub tomorrow, not been in 5 days. About time. Fair play. Saw people dogging in the Asda car park. Honestly, it was so weird. Do you know, I've seen some people doing some stuff out here. Literally, in the early days, we were parked up, and then I sort of heard some noises, looked out the kitchen window, and lo and behold, there's a guy doing stuff to his girl on the bonnet of his car with his phone, like basically lighting up the scene. And I was like, okay then, close the curtain. I just burst out laughing and like tried not to wake everybody up. And Helen was like, what's going on? I was like, there's some people outside doing some stuff. Like, just thankfully the boys were fast asleep and never knew what had happened. But I was like, what are you doing? It's just like, the people could be walking by. I finally got rid of them by just like flashing the lights on the car, because the car was parked over there, and I could just kind of like flash the lights to sort of like you know, to put the alarm on, basically. I just kept hitting it until they were like, oh, there's lights flashing off, we might go. I don't know if it was that or they just finished, but yeah, people do it in weird places, really, really weird places. So as the car park does not surprise me at all. It's just me and my dad for Xmas this year, says Cheeky. Oh, well, that's two of you. That's in a car isn't easy. True. I have enough experience to know that cars are not that easy, but fun as well sometimes. In my younger years, I'm too old for that nonsense now, but in my younger years. Static saying the Greek classics are on YouTube. Epic stories. I hope you have a top time with the boys. Viewer here. Static, you're sometimes I don't understand what on earth you're talking about. Do you know me and Al meet in a place like that? Who is this Owl, by the way, Static? You keep mentioning Owl, but I don't know who Owl is. Yeah, it's. I still can't get over Cheeky's full name. Cheeky Love Goddess. That's fun. So, oh, Sparker. Oh, Rev. Oh, are you a friend of Sparker then, are you, Static? Ah, I see. Ah. Is that one of his nicknames? Yeah, he did say on his email that he has a few different nicknames, which, fair play. I will be asking him all about those and how they all came about when we get on campsite. Oh, got a modded chat. That's weird. It just modded an X. Weirdly, X's come up as a modded thing. I don't understand that, but almost every time someone puts an X in the thing, it get like just as like at the end of a sentence or something, it gets modded. I've never met that man in a car park, says Sparker. That protest too much, Sparker. Was the toilet static? Oh, what's that? Who's the guy, the singer? Oh, he had the Christmas #1, but what? And he was what's his name? Is it George Michael? Is that what I'm thinking of? The old toilet meetup. Terrible. Yeah, George Michael. Yeah, it was George Michael. Jeez, that takes me back. I tell you what, that's something I love. I have like a Christmas playlist on my YouTube playlists, and it's like got all my classics. It's got like the Snowman, like it's got because YouTube has the full video on there. Wham, that's it. Yeah, Wham. And then I'll have like loads of like Christmas songs on there. My favourite Christmas song is like it's kind of like one of the most common ones. It's one by the Pogues, but Yeah, that's my favourite Christmas song. But I have like quite a lot of them on there, like anything that's Christmassy. But there's a couple of just like YouTube videos by, like, I think there's one or two by the Piano Guys, and they have one where they like light up the whole street as they're playing the music, and it's really well done. It's really cool. But anything that's like really solidly Christmassy. I even have the like one of the old school kind of Coca-Cola adverts with the lorries going on with the Coca-Cola ad, because it just makes me think of Christmas, because that's like time when I'd have like a drink of Coke when I was little and be loving it, sort of thing. And yeah, just yeah, it'd be awesome. It was Wham Bam at the time. Was it? Is that what they were called, Wham Bam, and then they shortened it to Wham? That's crazy. Right. Well, we've been chatting for a while, and I think my battery is down to 7%, so I've got to call this. Oh yes, Santa Baby. Right. Is that Eartha Kitt? I don't even know who sung that, to be fair, but I know the song Santa Baby. Yeah, we'll have to do something like that. I don't know if I can get away with using any of them on the stream, which is a bit of a shame, but it'd be nice. But I guess I have to be careful about music on the stream. Yeah, I don't know how that would how that will go. So I'm going to look into that though, because Static was asking, and I'm going to look into what I could get away with. But yeah, I'm definitely calling it here. I've yawned so many times now. You've probably seen me yawn about a dozen times. Cheers, Quentin. Night to you as well. Thanks for turning up for the live, Quentin. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and everyone else, all the family members that have been in, love you all. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, or if you can't make tomorrow, just whenever you can. Yeah, thanks everybody, and have a great night. Have fun.